Hey guys, and thank you so much for tuning in to one of these Leftover Culture Review update videos. I know they're not the most exciting, but I do have something that I'm super stoked to talk to you about. Obviously, the first video for this year has been released. It's up. It's been like 8 months since I put together a full review, and I have been working on so many reviews, and I've got so much footage recorded. I don't have enough gameplay footage recorded for all the videos I want to do, but things are happening, things are like full steam at the moment, but I got one review out. I'm doing this update video to let people know that there is a review out, but that's not the only cool update I've got. Like, I've been off for 8 months, so I've wanted to do a video game for the Leftover Culture Review channel for a really long time. I don't want to go too much into the history, but I've written scripts for like an FMV style video where you would set it up as chapters on a DVD disc and you'd actually play through it with the remote, and it would be, you know, like a movie. Pick your own adventure, pick your own pathway movie. I've started writing scripts for that, and I've eventually canned them, but that was on the cards. I also started working in Adventure Game Studio, thinking that the whole idea could work really well as an adventure game, which, if I had more time and effort and resources and everything else, then yeah, Bruiser could have been a very cool adventure game character. What I'm coming at with you for today, something I've actually got done, something I can show you, is Mall Madness, the Leftover Culture Review video game. So what I really wanted to do was, I was watching a video from the developers of a game called Escape from Monster Manor for the 3DO. It was a super simple first-person shooter. It really was one weapon. They had a lightning gun, there was 3 enemies, there was a spider and 2 types of ghosts, a couple of sprites, really limited wall textures. There was still some stuff that they could do in that engine that they built for that game that I couldn't work out how to do with like the Wolfenstein engine that I chose. But long story short, I saw the developers talking about that game and how they went about making it, and I thought I could pull together enough resources to learn how to at least make my own FPS, whether it was being able to plug a map into a pre-built engine and having that map generated, or whether it was replacing sprites. The pathway I eventually went down for this project was the Raycasting Game Engine, so RGM for short, is essentially like the Wolfenstein 3D engine, but you download it, everything's in there by default already. So it's not Wolfenstein sprites, it's not a Wolfenstein map editor, it is a Wolfenstein 3D style engine, but it's got all these default sprites in it already. So you've got all your walls and floors and enemies. You could literally build a level in a couple of minutes as soon as you open up that game. It's that simple to get started, and that's what I really needed. Just that, here's how you do everything, now take your ideas and do it. And it still took a couple of months to do the enemy sprites, to do the wall textures. There's animated wall textures, I've put in all the weapons, everything in the game that I've put in, I've tried to make custom, and everything has been custom so far except some of the sounds perhaps. I'm still working on it, like it's still a work in progress, but I want it to be as, you know, original as possible, and I want it to feel like Bruiser in Wolfenstein. And the concept I went with was, and this is where I was sort of talking about Bruiser's a fun character to write a story for. Bruiser's been separated at the mall from his mum. Bruiser's on level 3, and their designated meeting point, if they ever get separated, is on the ground level. So now Bruiser, in a slightly paranoid state, has to fight his way back to the ground level, to the designated meeting spot, to meet his mum and get home. That's as simple as the game is, but there's been so many cool ideas that I've been able to put in, and other people have given me as well, around how the stages should look and operate and all that sort of stuff. So it's been a really fun game to put together with the Raycasting Game Engine. Like I said, I haven't had to code anything. Everything's there already for me. There's so many limitations in the engine itself. All the sprites have to be 64 pixels by 64. So it's been a really big learning experience for me as well, making those sprites and making that game, but it's really coming together. I'm currently, at the moment of the time I'm recording this video, I'm trying to organize some artwork to put into the game itself, as well as perhaps like a PDF with like an instruction manual and maybe even like a comic style like plot. So instead of writing the story out, it's like a comic book. That would be ideal, obviously. But yeah, so the Leftover Culture Review video game, I'll be releasing that totally for free through the website very soon. Again, thinking a little bit more ambitiously down the line, it would be cool to do once I've got like a slightly more extended version, however that looks, if there's more levels, better drawn sprites, few extra weapons, that sort of stuff. Once I have the full version of the game, it'd be cool to like box it up. I've always wanted to do like a Leftover Culture Review DVD. And tell me if I'm crazy in the comments, because I'd love to know. But I've always wanted to do the DVD just because it's cool having like a physical media to hold. And the whole reason I have a games room like this is so that I can have that physical media of the games and stuff that I enjoy. I can actually put things on, I can play things, I can touch them, they're tangible. I really dig that. So being able to have like the Leftover Culture Review DVD, on its own, it didn't feel like enough. But having the Leftover Culture Review DVD bundled up with like a boxed version of the game starts to make more sense. I also wanted to start talking about the Leftover Culture Review store. Some people might know that it exists. Essentially, I want to start using the store more to sell, really. I don't like the idea of Patreon. I don't like asking people for money. I don't like donations. I don't like advertising in the sense of like Google AdSense either, or Google like the YouTube pre-roll videos. I know a lot of people block that. I have to block it in some respects as well, just due to where I watch my videos, which is at work, on the work computer, at lunchtime. So, merchandising. Leftover Culture Review merchandising. I'm using a company called Redbubble to help me. Like, I upload my artwork, and I've been doing this for years. There's always been a Leftover Culture Review store, but I'm really starting to put extra like time, resources, and effort into promoting it and giving it the opportunity to try and help the show out. Like, if so many times I get people saying, "Hey, I'd love to help support the show. Let us know what you can do," and it's like, yeah, sure, you can share the video. That would be awesome. But for people who for anyone out there who wants something, gift ideas, something for your grandmother, a Leftover Culture Review cup, a t-shirt, baby clothes, they do stickers, they do iPhone cases, Redbubble do so many different products, and I upload my artwork and they put it on those products, they ship it out, they handle all that, but I make a few percent commission off it. I'll be promoting it more in my videos. That's just a heads up as well. Like, that's how I see the future in like the next year. I don't see a future in ad revenue. I don't see a future with the show in terms of like Patreon. The show doesn't need to make lots of money. It's just, if I can justify putting extra time and effort and resources into the show, that'd be awesome. If you guys get something out of it, something that you need and something that you find interesting or cool or fun, that's great too. This is my leftover video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm very surprised if anyone's made it to the end, but if you have, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. I do ramble a bit when I don't have a script. I'm sure I'll get better. I'm always very optimistic that the more I talk, the better I'll get at it, the more succinct I'll be, and we'll all have more time in our days to consume just more YouTube content, I guess. Check out the backlog of my reviews if you're still interested. Anyway, catch you later. Thanks for listening, and I will see you again super soon. Cheers.